Well, we've got these two issues. The minor one is, we'll say T lied about me, which, some people care, some people don't. I think it's an important issue, but let's be honest. I mean, right. I'm not even talking about what's going on in LA, but just globally, you go through the whole thing. Palestine, genocide, Armenia, you go through the list. This is a minor squabble, but I think something valuable is here. So I'll be traipsing back and forth between the micro and the macro, but I'll get to the macro because that's the boring philosophical stuff. And let's be honest, you're here for the juicy beef. So what happened? Well, I will be very quick because I already handled this in 2 videos. You can literally just Google this in 3 seconds, and I will give Toddie one massive point because I did double check, and the offensive video is still up, and I think that's good for the record. Now that point is going to get taken away real soon because Toddie's still playing dumb, saying, "Oh, what did I lie about?" Toddie put out this video entitled, let me get this straight, calling out a Scientology sympathizer, but cleverly sympathizer is with an asterisk mark. So what Toddie was doing was defending Nora. Now they might be a little confusing because you're like, wait, Toddie just made fun of, mocked, and criticized Nora correctly. I said that. Toddie's criticisms of Nora, for the most part, are pretty strong. So you think to yourself, wait a minute. Toddie used to like? Oh no, see, Toddie loved Nora. Toddie just loved the Nora. And in this video, it is insanely embarrassing. The reasons given are so incredibly stupid and bad. But I guess, and again, for those who don't know, Toddie's gay. So let me give the wider context. I assume the person did this. They saw these videos where I'm mocking Nora. Mind you, Toddie now mocks Nora. Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind in the back of your head. Ergo cogito sum. I'm having some fun with Descartes there, which we'll get to as well. So cogito ergo sum, you're mocking the gay. Nora is so beautiful and gay. Thomas, I think we know what's going on here. And of course, being stupid, I'm like, what's going on here? Well, it's obvious that you're homophobics, and you're possibly Scientology homophobics. And nowhere in that video does the person prove any of this. Now, why am I saying the person lied? Because you could say, well, okay, certain information is wrong. You get things wrong. That person got wrong. Okay, it's just wrong informations. Wrong informations is possible, clearly. Like Oppenheimer, Einstein. You can get a good theory wrong. The data is incomplete, incorrect. Misinterpretations happen. But if Einstein puts out a bad theory, nobody says he lied correctly, because that is where maybe the information, the data, and the theory don't fit. The problem is that's not what the person did. The person did not do careful research and they made a bad conclusion. The person did literally zero research and made incredibly bad, wrong statements based on nothingness. And I am not joking. In this video, the person asserts, okay, that's a serious accusation. I am homophobic because I used a voice. Now, of course, anyone with a brain can state the obvious. Let's state the obvious here. Robert Downey Jr. is not a racist because he played a black man in Tropic Thunder. I think most intelligent people know that. Clearly, you can be a member of this or that group, mock another group. That is not evidence of racism, right? A black comedian can make fun of white people, does not make them a racist. A white person can make fun of Asian people, does not make them a racist. Asian people can make fun of whoever, Arabs, disabled, gays, doesn't make them homophobic or what. That's just a tautology for intelligent people. But Toddie, rising to the levels of insane stupidity, manages to be like, you are homophobic because you mocked Nora, but hey, Render or even Aaron, you don't mock their voices. I literally, this is not ancient history, I literally several times mocked Aaron. Aaron is a white male heterosexual. This is not ancient history. I just did this. And it's just like, so the theory isn't, incorrect. It is not even a theory. The person just made this incredible leap. Like, this video is complete garbage. The assumptions and conclusions. This person's not an expert on Scientology. How would you know I'm a Scientologist? Do you know what Scientology is? You know how big Scientology is? You know how many books Hubbard made? It's insane. And listen, I've actually done the job of trying to read it. It's mostly garbage, right? But I actually do know philosophy and science fiction, so I'm like, oh, I know what he's doing. Okay, he's doing this. He's doing. And some of it is not totally stupid, but you're like, okay, get to the point, because it is really long stretches of very boring, obvious stuff like, hey, your mind looks around and you got to survive. Thank you, Darwin. Thank you for repeating Nietzsche. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I've read Nietzsche. Do you have any thoughts of your own? So, I'm not standing up for Hubbard. I'm making the point. This person, saw 2 or 3 or 5 Aaron videos, like, I now know Scientology. And that's what it looks like. And listen, I was in the same place. I'm actually being generous. I just call this person a scumbag. I could be a lot harsher. I think the levels of ignorance this person has is mind-bogglingly stupid and ignorant on so many levels. But just go through some of the basics. So what I did in that video was point out some alarming gaps and, yes, lies that Nora has put out there. And Nora, being cute, Toddie style, has corrected her lies with more lies. Now, I'm not going to be mean and tell Toddie, why don't you see Virginia McLaurie? Now, you know who that is? Virginia and her husband Mike stood up for Lisa McPherson, one of the most victimized persons in the history of Scientology. They risked their lives to tell the truth. Right? Now, I'm very privileged to talk to Virginia. I'm not going to speak for Virginia. She's a really tough cookie. She can speak for herself. What I'm just saying is, I made an effort. I made an effort to educate myself. This person has made zero effort, and they're virtue signaling. Thomas, I got to call it out. You're just so full of hate and anger. Do you know what Scientology has done to a lot of its victims? What kind of an idiot are you? There's a great joke by Norm Macdonald where he talks about 9/11 and Islamophobia. And see, Norm is working at a high level. And he's pointing out, someone's saying, like, there's like a dirty bomb that kills millions. A really bad thing would be that we might get suspicious of Muslims. And he's talking to this liberal, right? This liberal Asian girl who's next to him, right? He's like at a table with another guy. And you can see he's making fun of her. So it's like, millions could die, but we might feel bad about Muslims. Now, obviously, what would be really tragic is the millions of deaths. Now, obviously, Islamophobia is bad. It's a real thing. Racism is bad. But clearly, millions of people would be worse, right, if they end up dying. Right? Wouldn't that be the normal standard? So this person back then was offended that I made fun of Nora for bad reasons, wrong reasons, totally deceptive reasons. That's what a lie is. When you flatly misrepresent someone on the basis of nothingness. How do you know I'm homophobic? Why do you think I'm not gay? Who do you think I am? I'm full of hatred. Do you understand what the subject is? Do you know how many people have been killed by Scientology? Do you understand that? So this is why there's 2 points to be made here. So a lot of people just made these whiny, babyish noises in the comment section. Oh, you made fun of Toddie, the beautiful, the gay, the truth-telling. Toddie is not God. Calm down. I am not God. But let me respond to a lot of those bad baby comments because the reasoning made no sense. Saying, well, you didn't really prove it. Let's stop there. You know what I didn't prove in that video? I didn't prove I exist. I didn't prove rocks exist. I didn't prove quantum physics. You know how many times in my videos I don't prove anything? You know how many things I can't prove? Try doing it. Try proving you exist. We've been debating that question for hundreds of years. We can't do it. There's a pretty big consensus, it seems like, that Cartesian dilemma, we can't get out of it. So if you try to justify your own experience and your own existence, good luck with that. We haven't found a good argument for it. Now, does that mean we give up and say, oh, we're in the matrix? No, We step back and say, okay, fine, that's a strong argument. It is a strong argument. But then we think through what are arguments? What is truth? What does this mean? We think about these things carefully. We don't turn into children and say, you lied about Toddie. Toddie is the most beautiful. Why is Toddie the most beautiful? Toddie is calling out Aaron. You're calling out Aaron. I don't understand this. Calm down. Calm down. Not comparing Toddie to a Nazi. Toddie's not Martin Heidegger, but there's a very Martin Heidegger thing going on here, because Heidegger did the same thing. Heidegger was a Nazi philosopher. He did, quote, change his mind. He became less evil and less extreme. But years later, when people called him to account saying, well, it seems like you were supporting Hitler, it seems like you were a really evil philosopher, he's like, no, wait, what do you mean? Well, in this passage, well, that's not the way to interpret that passage. And a lot of intelligent, smart people believed him for decades. But now we have overwhelming evidence he lied. There's overwhelming evidence Toddie lied. But now Toddie's like, what did I lie about, Thomas? I don't understand. You don't remember this video where you accused me of being, what, L. Ron Hubbard? You don't remember? You really don't remember? Let's take for granted you don't remember. Well, then why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because Nora's so beautiful and gay. But no, Toddie's now telling us it doesn't matter that she's beautiful and gay. She's evil. She's liar, right? She's a liar. She's toxic. I agree. That should be the standard. Whether the person is beautiful and gay, it's not really important. So not only has this person lied to me, they've literally stolen my positions. Can you think of the equivalent? Like Martin Heidegger literally stole a manuscript by a Jewish philosopher, took all the ideas, passed it off as his own? What would we think of him? We already think he's an evil Nazi. You think he's probably one of the most evil Nazis in the world. But okay, let's be clear. Aaron is the true subject. He is a rampaging, abusive monster. That is true. Toddie called this out. I congratulate Toddie there. But why should I just ignore that Toddie lied about me? Well, we need to just be beautiful and gay. We need to... Says who? Says who? What are we talking about here? Like, if we find out tomorrow Martin Heidegger was gay, is that going to make him okay? If we find out Hitler was gay, what mentality do you have where that is your question? The real question is this: is Hitler gay? Thomas, are you full of hatred of the gay? Are you like Ron? Do you hate the gay? Let's make two things clear. This person is a known liar. I'm showing the person's a known liar, but I am congratulating them for keeping the video that shows their lies. But them playing dumb, I'm not going to excuse that. And other people playing dumb in the comment section, even one person literally admitted, saying, oh, is this that thing 8 months ago? So you're literally acknowledging what I said was true, but you're asking, I don't know, what are you, oh, you're talking about the 8 months? Well, they just changed their mind. Right, Heidegger changed his mind. Hitler changed. Everyone changes their mind. Oh my God, well, Aaron changed his mind. He used to love Jenna. He changed his mind. Guys, he just changed his mind. Okay, fine. Let that be your legacy, but then don't get mad at Aaron. What are you getting upset at me for? You're abandoning the standard of truth. It doesn't matter if I lied about Toddie. That doesn't matter. Truth doesn't matter. We can just change our minds. Okay, there we are. We all change our minds. But that person doesn't believe that. They do seem to hate Aaron. So it's like, well, what's your standard? Apparently, we just have to talk about Aaron in a certain manner. We have to keep it to a certain kind of discussion. Says who? That sounds like a cult. Call me crazy. That sounds like very close to Scientology. We keep it to a boundary. If that's the way you want to live your life, that's fine. But why should I be forced to live that life? Why should I be forced to live the lie? Because Toddie's more popular? Toddie's gay? Toddie's has a good personality, good speaking style? You know who else had a good speaking style? You know who else had a good speaking style? It's just, it's fine. Listen, I understand how people work. Listen, it is true. Like, our psychology is very weak. People do get childish sometimes. The test is, can you balance yourself being, quote, an adult and being childish? Listen, if you want to challenge me, you are welcome to do that. But please don't give me these, well, the problem here is, Toddie's beautiful and gay and popular. That is not an argument. That is literally not being intelligent. And it's fine. You don't want to be intelligent, that's fine. But then don't say, can you give me... No, you're not going to be asking me anything. Don't ask me for facts or truth or anything. You just be childish. and I'll be more adultish, and we'll live our own lives.